from 78, almost 5 or 6 years. I was running here and there. I met almost more than 50 masters before that.
You had met more than 50 masters?
50 masters before that. Before I really met my own master, you have seen that picture. And all frustration, not very clear how to treat that path. That should happen because that helps you to evolve and find out. So only one thing was very clear, but first few masters made things very clear. What is the goal? What is the purpose of life? So I kept that in my mind. So I had 80 years old master who was a great scholar, and I got frustrated long back in 83, 84, and I said, no one is there, who can guide me. And at last he took me, he said, wait, take your lunch and we will go in the late afternoon to meet that. So I met him, and I still recall that the tears continued coming down for almost half an hour. I'm not that emotional guy. Yes, tears. I'm not emotional guy, Yes, I care, I love people, but and then he patted on my cheeks, come again if you like to come. So a couple of meetings I met, and I realized that there was some intuitive, or you can say the inside feeling, that he is going to definitely help me. And then I surrendered completely to him. And then the real journey started. So in the Himalayas, he used to teach me for 6 hours at a stretch. 6 hours, and then he said, go back, take your lunch, reflect on it, what you have learned. I used to return, and then I used to speak. I have a lot of doubts. Come on, let me remove all your doubts. No dogma, no belief, no religion, no cult. Pure understanding. He said, this is how. So I think after 88, 89, if I recall correctly, then he started teaching about the tradition, which I'm going to talk for a few minutes about that particular tradition. And then the journey continued, practice, teaching, practice, teaching. One book, we have more than 3,000 texts. And we have more than 3,000 teachers who existed almost 8,000 to 9,000 years ago. So he selected a lot of books, around 50 or 60, and that I learned. So it became very clear to me. The clarity comes in your head, whether you're doing mindfulness or meditation or Kundalini, any practice, because it is supported by the principles. You have a smartphone, so it is supported by the principles. You know where to start, how to send the message, how to record the video. The same thing happened. There you can say kind of awakening. I don't see that. It's all clarity, and your regular practice helped you mature into that state of consciousness. Jerry and my friend.
Yes, absolutely. No.
Are you not coming?
You do the bathroom too?
Yeah, I should.
Okay.
Sorry, we were stuck in traffic.
I know, there's one more
No,
guy
it's okay.
But we'll see if he's going to come. I think he's getting frustrated.
So one thing more, Crystal, that I'm going to talk about it. Let me give a brief. If you are not a seeker, you will not find the master. But we have to prepare ourselves to be a seeker. You go to a mall, the mind is focused on that I have to buy this item. The mind leaves all the other items. It is naturally focusing on that particular item to buy. Even you forget how many stores are there. So how to prepare yourself to become a seeker before you find the master? But my master used to say that, forget about it. The master will find you. So I started crying, I met so many masters. I said, you were preparing yourself. That's why I did not meet you. I knew you're coming. So after 2 or 3 years, he said, no, I found you. You have to be there. It's a tough training, Crystal.
Yeah.
Very tough.
So you were 25 when you met him.
Oh yeah, almost, yeah.
And when did you feel like you started to seek a master?
At the age of 17 and 18. So, thank you. You guys are going to tolerate me.
There's one guy that might come, but I'm not sure because he's getting frustrated. So if you want to kind of start, we can get started.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Thank you.
This is great.
You're going to tolerate me for almost 10 hours if you if you like to.
Just kidding, Steve. Not 2 hours, but 10 hours.
If you like to continue. So, yes. Where to start our journey? How you buy your smartphone? What instrument of knowledge you use to buy a smartphone? Your eyes, sense organ, they are the instrument of knowledge. Your mind, right? Your mind, your intellect, right? So the intellect, asks the questions, mind continues to see it, the sense organ says, I like this color, I don't like this, and ultimately the mind and the intellect chooses, you buy it. I'm summarizing slowly, so from there we will start. When I say Eastern wisdom, that includes yoga, tantra, kundalini, all the practices. That includes your asana, your pranayama, mantra. There are 52 groups of practice. Every group has subgroups, and that goes into almost 100,000 practices. Every practice is right. Which one to choose? Which one to choose? You go to Verizon, you find mobile phones from different companies. Which one to choose? Why to choose? How to choose? We choose because of our preferences. We liked a certain color since our birth without any reason, right? So that comes from the past impression. That lies in the memory, right? Yeah. So for example, any one of you don't like beard of a speaker, so the mind may trigger that impression. And I'm not coming. This is too much. That beard guy. You see that? So Eastern wisdom, when I use the word, it is also an instrument of knowledge. Knowledge for what? Now comes knowledge for what? It is the means, the instrument, the method of knowledge to know the self, the real self, my true nature, my true nature. That is the goal of every meditation, that is the goal of yoga, that is the goal of tantra, kundalini, do whatever you say. That is why when you study Buddha, Buddha says, know thyself. Another master says, be light to unto yourself. So that light is deeper within you. Did you get it? First point. Second point is that from where we have to study. Do you have to study from a teacher? No, the teacher must refer the book of knowledge. Must refer. That is very clear. If the teacher does not refer, for example, you are a teacher of the science and you go to the school and you say, I'm going to teach my principle of the science. It will not work. Will it work, David? No, it will not work. What we have been doing. No, I know my principle. I know. So when you follow that tradition, the book of knowledge, clear? Let us move a little deeper. So these books are categorized into three categories. First, known as Shruti, Sanskrit word. What is that meaning? Heard. What you heard. In deep meditation, our great masters of the tradition heard those principles. Those principles were revealed to them in a deeper meditation. They spent 6 months, years and years together. Heard, revealed. So first it is heard and revealed, and then they scribed in the form of different books. Clear? One more point. Yoga, Tantra, mindfulness, meditation, all are revealed by those masters who never took credit. They said, no, it revealed into a deeper meditation, and so hence we scribed it. So see the difference. It is not written. What we normally do, I write a book. All these are based on the different text. So I just gave a different expression based on my experience. So that is the second category of the books. But we have to go a little deeper. This Shruti text can neither be updated nor can be upgraded. My son was saying, now you have to buy another Note 10 plus 5. So today it's upgraded. Knowledge is up. That knowledge cannot be upgraded. That knowledge continued for the last 10,000 years. Do you believe it? It cannot be upgraded. It can be expressed differently, but it cannot be updated. Why? Why? The very crystal you are, the very mic you are since your birth cannot be upgraded and updated. Body can change. Body can grow. Body grows by itself, but mic remains mic, deeper inside, behind the mind. Do you understand? Louis remains Louis. Jerry remains. You remain as you. David, remain as you. Your intellect changes. Yes. You have more information. You are experienced in your business. But you are experienced in your business. You were novice in the business. You started that business. You see that you is the common factor. Do you understand that? Did you get it? You is the common factor. The journey of mindfulness and meditation is to discover that you. That is why it is not upgraded. It cannot be updated. Am I clear? Am I clear? Am I clear?
I'm not sure.
Your real nature that is behind the mind and the intellect and the ego cannot be changed. Cannot be changed. First. Second, it is eternal. What is eternal? It is everlasting. Can I give a simple example? A person dies. What do you say? He passed away. Who passed away? Body is there. Come on. Who passed away? Who passed away? Body is there. What you are referring to?
The soul, the spirit.
We don't know, but we refer, oh, it's a soul in the spirit. Right? The Eastern wisdom is a means of knowledge to help you understand and discover that. Who passed away? Simple. Mike? Am I clear?
I understand.
So don't name it as soul or the spirit, and then the moment we name it soul and the spirit, of which we are not aware, we have an incomplete knowledge, if I say so. Right? From there, let us move further. It is because of that incomplete knowledge we are suffering. We have a problem. How can you say that? How can you say that? You are moving, everything is logically, you see that? I ask your intellect to just pay attention. How come? Incomplete knowledge. But before that, let me see. That true nature is full of peace, happiness, love, and the wisdom. It is everlasting. It cannot be updated. It cannot be upgraded. It is a common knowledge. Why it is a common knowledge? You may have a different mobile phone, different year. You work differently with your phone. David, you work differently with that. But we have a common knowledge. It is only one true nature. It is only one real self, common to us. There is no difference. What is Louis? Louis is the name. Name of this body. Mike is the name of this body. But that true nature is the same. Discovery of that true nature, which is full of peace, happiness, love, and the wisdom, is the goal of yoga, tantra, kundalini, whatever you want to say it. Clear? Do you have any question in your mind? I have a question, big question. And what is that big question? Okay, I agree with you for a moment that that self is full of peace, happiness, love, and the wisdom. But I meet contradictions in my life at every moment. In my relationship, at my workplace, with people. I feel anxious, I have reaction, I have pain, I have suffering. How can you say that my true nature is full of peace and happiness? When you ask this question, you start becoming a seeker. Without becoming a seeker, the journey cannot be complete. You become a seeker when you go to the store and I want to buy this phone. You're focused. Are we focused? Do we start with that traditional wisdom? No. Just close your eyes and do the meditation. We have to focus on the breath. That helps us to meditate. But where we are going, are we clear? Is everything clear before we practice? This is an interactive session, so you can ask any question, you can interrupt me, you can stop me. And if I am speaking anything what I call rubbish, stop me. Rubbish means, I take you to the cult, dogma, belief, religion. No. Eastern wisdom has nothing to do with it. It's a pure knowledge. Pure knowledge. Where to start? Next question. Where to start? So one is the subjective side of a seeker, and the other is a common 4-step approach. What is 4-step approach? What is the first step? I don't know, let me know it. I don't know. Five-year-old boy went to the class and the teacher taught about the body. Here are the 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 arms, 2 legs. And he went back to his home. His mom was a doctor. Come on in, come on.
Come on.
We will continue. Come on, sir. So his mom was a doctor. So he went to his mom and has said, do you know something about human body, human anatomy and physiology? He said, yes, I know. Mom told. Mom was cooking something in the kitchen. And mom said, we have a heart, that pumps the blood. There is a circulatory system. There is a nervous system. And the boy ran to his dad. He said, look at this mom. Mom even doesn't know the anatomy of the body. Why? He said, he learned the first step from the teacher. Did we ask the child to believe the teacher to learn? Oh, we are more intelligent, so we say, no, I don't believe you. Pay attention, first step. I don't know, let me know it. Like the boy. We should have a clarity in our head. No, he talks like this. Yes, I will continue to talk like this whether you listen to me or not. Why? Because I come from that traditional wisdom. I will follow that. Like a boy. Like a boy. I believe you all are, mind is like a boy. So the master says this self is full of peace, happiness, love and wisdom. That is behind your sense organs, mind and the intellect. That is not the part of the body. Second step, we say contemplate and reflect. I don't understand. So we'll ask the question. I gave you a reference point. Where is that? Dead body, he has passed away. Who has passed away? Body is here. Whom you are talking about? See, understand? Who has passed away? But then we go deeper. Can the mind function in the dead body? Can the mind function in the dead body? No. Right? My ears are perfectly all right. Now, this corpse is lying down. Can the ears listen? Where the mind has gone. Can we say the mind and the body are separate? Simple. I'm saying you simple stuff. I'm making it very simple. I'm trying to compress all the principles of that Eastern wisdom in 10 hours. Do you see that? Do you see that understanding? That ears, eyes are perfectly all right. Ask the doctor in the dead body. Perfectly all right in the first few hours. I'm not stretching too far. But mind has gone somewhere. The first clue that there is something within. First clue. Are we clear? There is something within. No, we are not saying soul and spirit. No, we are not going there. People outside are more learned than all of us. No, we are going slowly. Clear? Yeah? But because the mind is also constantly changing and the intellect is constantly changing, who takes this mind and the intellect away from the body is the real self. That is how we say it. And then we have to start a journey to find the real self. Are you clear? Are we clear? I give you a simple understanding. Simple. Very simple. So I don't know. Let me know the principle. Start with the principle. I don't understand. Let me understand it. I don't experience. Now I have understood. What you are saying is that there is something within. Yes, I can make out. I can understand. But where is my experience? Practice. Third step. Practice. Practice. So that practice which discovers that true nature is all about meditation and mindfulness. But here is a take. And then we'll do one practice, we'll come out, and then again we'll continue our journey. One take, what is that one take? Can you make out? Ask big question. Keep your intellect in the mind. You can ask big question. If this bottle is behind my head, can my eyes see? No. But if Lara says, oh, bottle is behind you, so my mind understands. My mind understands. So we have two instruments of knowledge. The first instrument of knowledge is the sense organs. Yeah? You're looking at me through your eyes, you're listening through your ears, and you can make out, yes, this guy is sitting and talking. Sense organs, what they need. Last point, and then we'll go into the practice. But it's a very important point. And it has to be put into your head. And once you put into your head, there is a conviction and clarity, and then this wisdom should descend down into the heart. After that, it should go into the belly button, which is the source of action. Then only you can realize, you can reach to that state. Only head, no way. Head and the heart, no way, you have to practice. I'm coming to, what is that take? Pay attention. My eyes can see only those objects which aligns with the characteristics of my eyes. What it means? Color in the form. Any color in the form my eyes can recognize. Am I clear? Sound. Take one objection. Can I see the space? I mean these eyes. No color, no form. Eyes are limited. One condition. Second condition, object has to be in front. Second condition. Third condition, object must have some shape and the color. Then only the eyes can recognize. Clear? The self is a pure consciousness. How the eyes can see. Don't go into the wrong argument. How the eyes can see. Eyes cannot see even the space. It can make out, oh, here is the studio of Lara. No, there are 4 walls, so hence there is a space. But you don't see the space. Clear? Clear? Where is the cell? Let me use the electron microscope and see the cell. Yeah? Exceptional instruments must be put before the eyes to see the cell, to see my inside of the body. Eastern wisdom is a spatial, exceptional instrument of knowledge that sees the real self. Am I clear? But there is a magic and there is a clarity. How can you see anything behind your eyes? Can you see it? No. Can you understand anything without the structure of a thought? Now I'm talking of the mind and the intellect. I'm very intelligent, you know. There is no self, you know. Who is talking? Structure of a thought. Thought. Thinking. Louis is a thought. I saw you. Structure of a thought. Man. Sitting here. All comes as a structure of a thought. Right? Now say yourself, I do not exist. Will you not exist? By simply making a statement? The mind and intellect can also not find that self. That self is behind the mind and intellect. The journey of meditation is this. This is the magic. That Eastern wisdom tells you, it is the knowledge, it gives you the practices, it gives you the tools to see and to find out that real self. Clear, Kristen? Whether you agree with me or you doesn't agree, it still comes in the structure of thought. Whether you like the teacher, you hate the teacher, it is still in the structure of a thought. How simple it is, right? Whether you hate this teacher or love, it is still under the structure of a thought. Am I right? Huh? Say in your mind, I do not exist, and just see yourself. You feel, I am. Come on. I don't believe you, my mind. How can you say that I don't exist? Who says that I don't exist? Who says I don't exist? I am. So even if the intellect and the mind continue to say that, it doesn't apply. Are you clear? Are you clear? So where lies the problem? Problem in the mind and the intellect. This mind and the intellect must be very clear, starting from the principle, understanding, and the practice. Understanding. Remove that doubt. That is why everyone says mind means what? No, mindfulness is transcending the mind is mindfulness. I will also talk about emptiness or nothingness is also the state of mindfulness. Are you getting it? Are you clear about it? Right? Are you clear? That we are going to discover that existence, whether you say it's true nature, whether you say self, whether you say it is pure consciousness, through the instrument of knowledge of this Eastern wisdom. Are you clear? Because the mind and the intellect raises doubt, because the sense organ is continuously picking up the objects outside, because the mind is seeking happiness outside where the happiness is inside. That is why the mind is distracted. What else the mind should be distracted? Why? When you have a conviction, when you understand that, why the mind should wander and distract? Why? So we have a wrong perception of, let us, mind is totally, crazy, what should I do? I hear from many people why the mind should go crazy. It is looking for peace outside where it is not. That we will take up after the practice. Lie down. Close your eyes. Lie down, close your eyes. My friends, now did you understand why to close your eyes? How simple it is. Senses cannot find my true nature. How simple it is. Now close your eyes gently. I use the word gently. Why? With awareness that no sense organ can ever help me find my true nature. Am I clear? So when the mind is clear, why the mind will pick up any of your sense organs and start moving outside? See that? And that happens when you become a seeker. But that we will take up later. So, eyes are closed. The second point is being comfortable. The self always in the state of being comfortable. So in order to help this mind to move within and behind itself, we invoke the principle of being comfortable. That self is always comfortable. But still, we will go through an experience. Look at the neck joint. Mind looks at the neck joint. You feel the sensation. Who feels the sensation? The mind. Where? The neck joint. But at the same time, continue to be there and experience the state of steadiness. 2 points, being comfortable and steadiness. How do you know? The mind knows it. That's it. No, but the mind starts moving the body. What is this? This mind is crazy. In Eastern wisdom, we say this mind is impure. That is why it does not want to go inside and it wants to move the body. I'm compressing the entire journey. Now move the mind on the shoulder joints. You are just in a line. You are comfortable. You feel the sensation. You experience the steadiness. Now see, ask your intelligence or the intellect, can the body remain comfortable during the entire 10 or 12 minutes of the practice? Your own mind will cause the problem, not me. Move the mind on the hip joint. Feel the sensation. When I say feel the sensation, am I stressing it? No. The moment the mind moves to the hip joint is a part of the object in the body, so you feel the sensation. Wonderful, Mike. That makes you more comfortable. I never say this. This is wonderful. Move the mind on the knees and feel the sensation. What is the principle? The self is always eternally comfortable. In order to bring it outside through the mind, through the practice, through an experience, I said, first step is being comfortable. I'm not saying anything else. I'm very clear, so you be clear. Move the mind on the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. You're not doing anything. Just the mind is looking at the body from the top of the head to the toes. The mind is looking means mind is feeling. Mind is knowing what it is feeling. It is feeling the sensation. What is that knowledge? It feels it is comfortable. But the past impression of the mind, because of its habit, because of its impurity, it reacts. And suddenly it moves the body. One option. Second option, it falls into deep sleep. Both are okay. Don't worry about it. Now, I should tell you, my dear friends, simple the practice, greater the practice, the deeper it is. And that is why I started introducing very simple. Now comes the first step. Look at the head and the neck. Feel the sensation and become aware. From where that principle comes? Mind and the intellect may think, I do not exist, I exist, but I am is always there. That is why the first step. Look at the right arm. Mind is looking at the right arm, not moving. The moment it moves, it is the intellect and the mind. That has impurity. Even if it moves, we'll talk about that. Move the mind on the right arm. Do you need to think of moving the mind on the right arm? No. Simply look at, mentally feel that there is a sensation and there is an awareness. Simple. We are not doing anything. You have already heard, read, Googled, met hundreds of teachers. Oh, it's an effortless practice. Move the mind on the left arm. The mind is looking at the left arm. You feel the sensation and awareness. Mind it. The moment you are doing this practice, your mind will have a variety of experiences of sleep, of tingling, of numbness, of freezing the body. Let it happen. Let it happen. Don't worry about it. You are in safe hands, my friends. Look at the right leg mentally. Move the mind on the right leg. Feel the sensation and become aware. Move the mind on the left leg. Feel the sensation and become aware. The entire body. Move the mind on the entire body. Feel the sensation and become aware. Don't worry what happens to you. You may fall into sleep. The mind may be thinking a lot. You may feel tingling and the freezing of the body. Let it happen. I'll tell you, you are in safe hands, my friends. Next step, move the mind on the head and the neck. This time, Experience sensation in the stillness. Experience that stillness deeper inside the head that is holding the head and the neck. That is the first glimpse of the self. The mind is not there. Mind simply follows. Move the mind on the right arm. The mind is not intellectualizing, I'm enforcing the stillness. It's not, mindfulness is not law enforcement agency. You simply look at, move the mind on the right arm. You may feel sensation deepens, let it happen, and at the same time experience the stillness. Left arm, experience of sensation in the stillness, chest and the belly, sensation in the stillness. I'm simply saying sensation in the stillness, right leg, sensation in the stillness, left leg, sensation and the stillness. I'm explaining your experience, not by doing anything, but by maintaining awareness. But how do you experience? That is the magic. What is the magic? Conscious movement of the mind within. Anytime you can move the mind consciously inside, that will give you a deepening of the sensation in the body even when you are driving. But don't do that. Practice. And you experience that stillness. Good. Now, let us check if the mind is living within. Look inside the forehead. In the space, blankness or emptiness. Whatever your mind feels is okay. Look inside the heart. In the space, in the emptiness or blankness, the moment you see that blankness or emptiness or the space inside the heart, how do you see it? Because the mind has changed the direction from outside to inside. Come on, you step into your house, all the neighbors' houses are out of sight. Same thing happens. Sense organs cannot see anything inside. Hence there is a blankness. The moment you move the mind inside the heart in the space and you feel the space, declare yourself, I'm in peace. Say to mentally. You may feel some tingling sensation in the body, in the fingers. Just be with it. Please be with it. Do not disturb that. We are asking the mind to go within consciously. Look inside the heart again. Be there. Feel that sensation. Sensation, a feeling of emptiness and blankness, and say to yourself, I'm in peace. What a big deal. We have been saying, for so many years, I have a lot of stress, I'm in pain, what should I do? There is no harm in saying, looking at the space. One more time. And in the state of sensation, in the stillness, in the state of awareness, when the mind is living within, from within you look at the breath. Then only the breath awareness works. Let us, when the breath goes in, do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. You feel the breath going in and count in 1. When the breath comes out 1, in 2, out 2. Follow your own rhythm in the state of sensation and the stillness. and stop the counting. I will recite. Just listen to it before we return and share our experiences. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Over the years, due to my experiences with thousands of participants, I always tell you return in a specific way. No need to rub your palm. First, bring your mind to the right hand. Feel the sensation. Bring your mind to the left palm. Feel the sensation. Raise both your palms. Place it on your eyes. Just put both the palms on your closed eyes so that the eyes are totally covered in the state of darkness, and open the eyes in that darkness and ask yourself, wait for a while. We are not in a hurry. What do you feel? Instantly. How the thought is, mind translates your experience into a thought. Bring your hands down and sit up. How are you, Mike? How do you feel? Little relaxed? Crystal? Joyce? Lois? How do you feel?
Relaxed.
You're deeply relaxed. You're moving your fingers. You're feeling a lot of tingling. Yeah? I could see that, yes. I know it. How are you, sir?
Relaxed.
Really? Don't believe them. They may be telling a lie, you know, so... No, sorry. We have to... How are you, Jerry?
Yes.
David?
Yes, everything's let go.
We'll continue our journey. First point. Yeah, after the practice. Today, if we happen to meet tomorrow, well, we have freedom. So if we happen to meet, so today in the night after the session, ask questions, big questions, that this guy told me the Eastern wisdom says that the self is behind the mind and the intellect and is of the nature of permanent peace, permanent happiness. What is that permanent happiness? It is continuous. It is continuous. It is unlimited. It is in abundance. It is independent of anything outside. What is outside? Oh, let's marry and have happiness. That's why we marry. And why we divorce? Because of happiness. Do you see that? Only one example. I earn for happiness, I spend for happiness. So my mind depends on the things outside. Right? Right? Two principle comes from the East, comes from here. As long as the mind is seeking happiness outside in anything, any person, anyone, I will live my life miserably. I marry for happiness, I will divorce for happiness. I will eat pasta for happiness, and I will reject pasta for happiness after 10 days. You know, if you like pasta, so, okay, you like pasta, it gives you happiness? Yes. So every day in a breakfast and lunch and dinner, I will serve pasta. what you will say? You will not like to meet me. Why? Happiness is not in pasta. Am I clear? Am I clear? Soulmate, happiness in you, honey. And after a few months and few years, sour meat. Happiness is not. I don't know anything about you guys, you know, I'm just talking. Yeah, happiness is gone. Clear? Apply anything in your life, any object. Oh, how beautiful the smartphone is. After a week, it is gone. That happiness. Car. But you even buy the luxury car. You even buy the, what is the costliest car? Any costliest car. You buy a mansion. Happiness is not there. Does it give you a clue that what we are talking about, that self is pure happiness? That is the journey. So you all have to contemplate why I meet contradictions when the self is already there. It is inside me. Yeah, it is supporting my body, mind, and intellect and ego. It is present in my hatred, it is present in love, it is present in jealousy, it is present when I met my soulmate first, who became a sourmate later. Should I think, should I find out what is the reason or no? No, we don't find any reason. I heard one guy married 8 times, and the 9th time before he wanted to marry, he went to a mental health expert to find out whether the women, all the women, he got married, had problem, or I have a problem. Now, one example, you can apply it to a smartphone, you can apply it to the clothes and anything. Think of it, contemplate it. So today in the morning I was giving a lesson in Mesa to beautiful women. I refuse to be miserable. Why? Because happiness is inside you. It must come out with a conviction. Clarity of understanding. Not as a belief, not as a cult. Not as a dogma and release. Happiness is not in anything outside, but I'm seeking happiness outside, which is other than me. Clear? So we are in the process of becoming a seeker. If you don't become a seeker, it will not succeed. Nothing will succeed. Am I saying it? No. These masters are saying, 3,000 masters. That knowledge cannot be updated and upgraded. I've already told you. So the first step of becoming a seeker is to understand the wrong thinking, wrong notion, the wrong movement of the mind. Notice how you are looking like this, you know, it is giving me pain. It is making me react to you. You see that? This statement is a wrong thinking. Do you see that? Huh? No, you are responsible for all the problems in my life. Is it right thinking or wrong thinking? So Eastern wisdom says this is ignorance. You have an incomplete knowledge about yourself. Correct those notions. First step. It is because of this notion, the mind, what the mind does. For example, this is an example, normally, you know. So I reacted to Lara. I didn't feel good. Yeah? Then what happens to my mind when I go back home?
Blame him.
My mind is thinking, and what kind of thoughts I have for Lara? Can you imagine? Can you feel that? That is the second level which this master says, impurities of the mind. I have to clear it before I succeed into mindfulness. Let anyone say, okay, just visualize the space. Nothing happens. Nothing will happen. Oh, you'll feel a little relaxed. It becomes addictive to have a focus on the breath, and it is almost equal to going to a bar, having a beer, or focus on the breath. Our goal is to find that self. That is why we don't succeed. Not blame the teacher. You are responsible for it. So because of ignorance, second level is the impurity. Now how come that impurity makes the mind crazy? It is constantly thinking, wandering. It is because of these thoughts the mind is looking for happiness outside, peace outside. Peace is inside me. We'll work on that. That's a bigger principle, that once you discover that happiness inside, then allow that happiness to express in your daily life, in your personal, professional, social life. The life changes. One thing is sure, at least, you never get into stress. I'm giving, I have experience of now 13, 14 years in our country here. Met a lot of people. They ask me a question, what will happen if my partner is crazy? I said, you still have a problem of a wrong thinking. When you are in peace and happiness, you don't perceive others are crazy. Rather, it gives you an opportunity for you to evolve. You understand that? It gives you an opportunity. You continue into the same way. So what will happen if the other person is really crazy? He doesn't understand. He or she doesn't understand your calmness and a peace. That is what happened today in the morning. And this woman had a wonderful son, and so the women had employed, mother has employed her son, and he is in the habit of drinking and addiction and etc., etc. And today she told me, now I am happy. So I introduced that principle. I said, why you get upset? When your son is working in your organization, you are paying to him. Can you do the same thing to me? Oh, you're paying a little money for me for private lessons, okay. Can you? No, I cannot do it. I said, why you are doing it? You are seeking happiness through him, that at least he should be all right. Keep that thought. You have the resources. Don't get upset. Refuse to be miserable. How it comes when you discover that self. Before that, it doesn't come. Before that, it's maybe an intellectual understanding. And that is why she hired me. So today she said, I know that I have to be happy. I have the resources. Even if he does not work, I talk to him. I tell him this is not fair, but I don't get upset inside. It took her almost 7 or 8 months. She has been with me every week.
Is it about control?
No.
No, okay.
It is about you drop the wrong notion You drop your ignorance. You have dropped the impurities of the mind. You have dropped the 3 crazy factors of the mind that prevents you to become a seeker. She has become a seeker. Yeah, we say, no, it helps. Are you a seeker? It will help. You're not a seeker. It will not help. How to be eligible to become a cop? Well, if not 6 packs, at least you should have, isn't it? Right? Capacity and eligibility. Clear? And how to become a doctor? Do you need to have 6 packs to become a medical doctor? Different set of qualifications are required. How simple it is. Yeah? Same way. Eligibility. First step. Qualified seeker. You must understand what is that ignorance, the wrong notion in the thinking. You must get rid of the impurities of the mind. You must get rid of that the wavering mind, that is, mind is constantly on the go. I'm awfully busy. 24 hours, you can be busy. You cannot make it 25. Everyone is busy 24 hours. I have a simple friend. Well, if you have 25 hours and you are fully busy, okay, then I have to find out you are a special human being. So in that busyness, your mind is wavering and wandering. That is why you don't become a seeker. Am I clear? No cult, no dogma, no belief, no religion. This is what our masters teaches. But this is only the first condition. For there are 4 connections. Second is what is the goal of your life? Have 10 million. Or anything. I don't want to go into that. The goal in life is always outside. Either with an object, with a person, with a thing or a place to seek happiness. My son has become truly American. Don't show this video to him. Dad, you don't know how to earn money. Well, he says out of love. No, you don't know. You continue doing whatever you're doing. You do it. At a small age, both are vice presidents in a big Fortune 500 companies. So the first complaint, just out of love, you don't know. Should I say to him that what you're looking for? No, because you are not a seeker. Even though he does, both of them, does meditation and do everything. So the teacher will never say you if you are not ready. Oh, you may say teacher is crazy. Yes, you are ready. You're not ready. I gave you 2 examples. Doctor, cop. Are you ready to be eligible? But he does meditation. Every week I give 1 lesson. I said, pay me. I'm a trustee of your house. He built a house for me. So I'm a trustee of your house. He called me. That's why I'm meeting you here. Everything is okay. Second is the goal of life. We all are seekers of happiness. Behind every relationship, behind every object, there is no doubt about it. And the self is of the nature of ananda. We talk in Sanskrit, ananda. roughly translated as bliss, but it is not. The moment I say bliss, okay, the mind confirms the bliss in relation with the structure of a thought, in relationship, and blah, blah, blah. No. Ananda. Nanda means joy. When you add A, it means unlimited, continuous, permanent state of happiness. If you succeed in meditation, it is continuous. It is independent. So we have to treat the path. We have to continue the journey. I was fool. I spent 26 years. You guys are intelligent. It will not take so much of time. Yeah? Second is the purpose. We have to find out why you act the way you act, why you perform a particular action the way you perform, why you desire anything. All comes to an end. I want happiness, unlimited, continuous, and the mind cheats you, mind defeats you. Buy the luxury car, marry or divorce, earn million or earn little, buy a cloth, talk to someone, find out. We do not have a luxury to be happy by being unhappy. Do you have a luxury? No, I'm unhappy. Why? I want to find happiness in my life. Not possible. Do you see that? Do you feel that? Do you feel that? When you feel that, it has a conviction. You will not leave this journey at all. Whether you meet me or you don't meet me, you will not leave this journey. So when you were asking, that happened to me. It was an inner burning desire. If it is true, where it is. And that made me run after more than 50 masters, one after the other. You know, inner aspiration. Inner, that is the third point. I should have that burning desire. No, how can I, do you think that, should I leave everything? Should I leave my business, go to the Himalayas? That's another big question that comes. And the answer every master gives, do not change anything outside. You have to change everything inside. You are driving, contemplate and reflect, not with eyes closed. Color your mind so that it drops the impurities. Why should I continue to think about Lara after reacting to her? Can I become aware? Do I have a choice? Yes, I have a choice. I don't exercise my choice. Do not change anything outside. No change. Status quo. You have to change inside. How can you say, because how can you see a guy and, I don't see that, is he a doctor or not? You have to ask him. So every practice is happening inside. Your thinking, pattern changes. Right? Clear? 3. Qualified seeker. Understanding the wrong notions in my life. Impurities. Well, impurities are anger, hesitation, reaction. I'm harming myself. When I say you didn't give me happiness, I'm harming myself. That has to go into my head and the heart all the time. So what will happen? Mind is now free, ready to meditate, and it goes deep into meditation. goal of life, qualified seeker, and the burning desire, intense aspiration inside. I want to be happy. I want to find out that happiness which lies within me. I have understood. I say to myself, I have understood happiness cannot be found in anything outside. But it doesn't mean that should I change everything outside? I told you, nothing to change outside. Wait. First find out that happiness and allow that happiness to express outside. You will see everything around you changes. Everything around you changes. Your perception changes. Your feeling changes. Your experience changes, my friend. Everything around changes. No, it's a big task. To fight and react is easy. To abuse is easy. To have a hatred is easy. Why? It is our animal instinct. One master says, are you a human being? Only the human being can succeed in meditation. There are different expressions. Principle is the same. Are you a human being? Yes, you will succeed in meditation. Eastern wisdom, Shruti, revealed knowledge. I'm summarizing before we are going for the second practice. Eastern wisdom, instrument of knowledge to find the real self that is behind the mind and the intellect. Who revealed those? The knowledge was revealed, nobody has written. First it was revealed and heard in deeper meditation. Just to tell you, wherever I go, I sometimes, I sit in meditation and it's okay. Those revelation comes before I start teaching to you. Sometimes it doesn't come. Sometimes it is mixed up. That's why I don't speak about it. I wait, I focus, I give that teaching. But the teaching has to be given from that knowledge which was revealed. That is very important. That keeps your tradition continuous. I was a student, I became a teacher. Somebody will come and join and the tradition, the same knowledge continues. The body of that knowledge. So then we started working on qualified seeker. I gave an example of eligible to be a cop, to be a doctor, to be a seeker. 3 factors in the mind must go. Rest of life changes. Even if you don't succeed in that, 80% of the life changes. That's what I have seen in my life. Intense seeking. That was already there. And my master was sitting and then he said, we'll pick up this text, and he started explaining, and it entered deeper within from the head to the heart, and he was talking and I was there. He never disturbed me. He said, he's getting it. Getting it. So be a seeker. Allow the mind. Why I got angry? Because I'm seeking happiness. Explore that. Why I divorced? Because I'm seeking happiness. So what to do? Status quo outside. Change inside. You are a seeker. I can tell you, if you follow the path, everything has to fall in the right place. Why? Because the mind opens to the grace by the existence. Grace by the existence. That's another topic. Intense aspiration. So let us see how we can do another practice. Sit or lie down. You can lie down. Tomorrow, if we happen to meet, then we can do it while sitting. No, you are not punishing me. I like to sit like this for 3 to 4 hours, so don't worry about it. Wonderful. You see that? Your mind is maturing. Mike has left the cushion. Yes, that will happen. That is what I notice. So eyes are closed. So we'll follow the same step. First, being comfortable. I have explained you being comfortable with reference to the self. If I did not explain you, how will you understand that how to go deeper in the preparatory step of being comfortable? Now you know. It has to do with the self. Look at the neck joint. Feel the sensation. Being comfortable and experience the steadiness. Goal? We have to move the mind from outside to inside, moving within what? Mind. Living within what? Mind. And moving within, living within, awakening within. So we will address some of the challenges our mind is posing. And that is common to all. I have already explained you the wrong notion, the impurities, and wandering, wavering mind. So look at the hip joint, feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Knee joints, sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. The entire body. Entire body is comfortable. Now I'm giving you a new wisdom. According to our great masters, we alter, we change the rate and the rhythm of the breath in order to help the mind to move within, and we release the impurities from the mind. That is how the masters speak about. I know you guys knows a lot of breathing practices, pranayama, but we will be doing just like a layman's. So look inside the chest. Look inside the chest and start breathing quick and fast from the chest without moving your body. It should be a noisy breath. Quick and fast. Yes, yes. Either through the nose or the mouth, it's okay. Continue. Only 1 minute. Only 1 minute. And then I'll tell you the secret. Continue. Quick and fast. 1 minute is safe. 1 minute is safe. Continue. Continue. Our goal is to move the mind within, and we are using the different tools. Goal is the same. Done. Stop this breath. Now take a deep, silent and slow breath, first into the belly, then into the rib cage. Lips remain together. Look deep inside the forehead in the space, and then start doing the humming sound every time you exhale. That's wonderful. Every time it has to be loud, deep in the lung, with a state of being comfortable in the body. Wonderful. Continue. Louder, deeper, and the longer breath. louder, deeper and longer. Continue. Continue. Louder, deeper and the longer humming sound without moving any part of the body, maintaining that steadiness. Now stop the humming, but continue with the deep, silent and slow breathing. Both inhalation and exhalation is deep, it is silent, and it is slow. Without moving any part of the body, you may undergo a variety of experiences. It may be tingling, numbness, freezing of the body. Your mind may say, oh, my body is rising up or sinking into the floor. Let it happen. One thing is clear, that you are in safe hands. So you bypass the body, leaving it in the state of sensation in the stillness. The mind is looking at the breath. You are breathing deep, silent and slow. We have to bypass the breath also. Why? We have to move the mind within. What to do? As you inhale deeply, you have to sing mentally, Shantoham, Shantoham, mentally, Shantoham. When you exhale, 3 times, Shantoham, Shantoham. Shantoham simply means I am the peace. It makes sense if we do it in Sanskrit sound. It also influences your energy level. That is why we do it. So you have parked the car outside. What is the car? the body. You already entered inside your living room, and there you find the breath. The breath is deep, silent, and slow. And every deeper breath, every inhalation and exhalation, your mind is singing on the breath, Shantoham, Shantoham, Shantoham. The breath is returning, Shantoham, Shantoham, Shantoham. What I spoke, what I discussed with you, I'm doing the same thing to remind you of the principle. From the head to the heart, from the heart to the belly, the action part, we are syncing the power of wisdom with the power of love, with the power of action. Continue. Now you have to sing little deeper. Breath is the same, but every inhalation you are singing Shantoham only 2 times. It's a longer mentally. Every time you exhale, Shantoham, Shantoham. 1 inhalation, 1 exhalation. Shantoham, Shantoham. You have heard it many a times. Do the singing mentally 2 times on every inhalation and 2 times with every exhalation. There are many principles engaged that I will cover up in the following sessions. So once your mind is 100% clear, you know how to bring about a change at any time in your life. To Shantoham with every inhalation, with every exhalation. Yeah, we use the word tweaking. So even if the mind is constantly hesitating you at the deeper level, but when we tweak with these simple principles that we need to understand, will make it clear. And now do only 1 Shantoham as if you have become a singer with deep, silent and slow breath. The moment you start inhaling, you sing in your mind, Shantoham. Then exhalation, the same long chanting, recitation in your mind. If we do it from outside, then the body is engaged, the breath needs to be engaged, and then the mind remains outside. So this will help you to maintain that awareness and living within, and that will give you a sudden experience of tingling, of numbness, of rising of the body, lot of other vision, and sometime the colors. Wait for it, continue. They may come, they may not come, it's okay. But I'm just giving you a clarity. You need not to change anything. You understand? You bypass the, you have parked the car outside. Car is your body. You moved inside your living room. living room is more or less, it's more or less active. So that activity we have started with the 3, now 2, and now it is 1. And now you're moving to a place to leave everything of the world outside. Not falling into sleep in a bedroom, but into a deeper meditation. Leave that deeper breath. Let the breath flow on its own. And when the breath goes in, Shantoham, just tweaking, dropping, like a drop of a water. Shantoham. You know, when you go to your bedroom, you have left the garage, you know you have parked the car, you left the living room, you closed the light, you are leaving the world outside. In meditation, only one difference. You remain awake, but your mind is living within, moving within, going deeper down. Breath goes in, Shantoham. Breath comes out, Shantoham. Now doing nothing, remain as you are. If you can maintain a state of doing nothing, at the same time you're fully aware, experiencing the changes happening. You bypass the body, the breath, the mind, and the intellect, and the ego. A state of consciousness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Simply it means let there be peace, peace, and peace. Bring your mind on the right hand, mind on the left hand. Slowly raise both your hands, place it on your closed eyes like a cup, and open the eyes inside the palms when you see a total darkness. And then ask yourself, what do I feel? How am now? Bring the hands down and sit up. How are you, Lois? How are you?
I don't know. I went somewhere.
I could see that. Your face, your calmness in your eye. You know, I could see that, isn't it? Mind can never know the self. So when the mind speaks that I don't know where I am, how are you, sir?
Peaceful.
Peaceful? Wonderful. How are you, Kristen? Very relaxed. You said, you know, if you are with me, you will remain relaxed. So I said, how are you, sir?
Good. Good.
Good? Feel calm, relaxed?
Calm, relaxed.
Yes. And how are you? How are you?
Yes, good.
Good?
Yeah. Present.
Huh?
Very present.
Very present. How are you, Ted?
Same, very present.
Very present. So, can I see that? Oh no, I'll just bring out that book.
Oh, the books?
Not that mind and mindfulness, the other one.
I think it's...
So what we will do that, yeah. So only, thank you. Only this one, yeah. So I will pick up, I'll talk a little bit about this. I think, you know, I have briefed what I discussed for almost 2 hours is what in the first 2 pages, and then I will cover this text starting from the page 11. Page 11 talks about the mind. Mind are of 2 types, pure and impure. So what exactly is the impure? Don't relate impurity with the sin and the religion. Please, don't allow the mind to go there. Normally, you know, we start calling, impure mind, no. Be very clear. So we'll understand logically, and it explains what is mind is of 2 types, impure and pure, what is impure mind, and what is pure mind. So the pure mind makes you a seeker. How the mind causes the suffering in my life. Suffering that includes pain, reaction, anger, hesitation, you know. We have a bed that costs you $5,000, but you don't get a sleep. How come? What is the reason? Right? So I can give you hundreds of examples. I have slept on the floor. I enjoyed that. Even now I can sleep in. No issue. Well, son built a house for me, so I'm enjoying. So what I say that, a sense of detachment, I am homeless now. I'm managing as a trustee. I'm also knowledgeless, because knowledge comes from this book. Can you live into that state and see what happens? So I will pick up all these verses. Pick up all these verses, the couplets, and then I will explain you and relate it into your life. And every half an hour we'll have one or more practice. One or more practice, different practice. One more thing that, I told you that Eastern wisdom, all those principles were heard, were revealed, right? Well revealed. So there are different groups of text. Those were revealed and they are still intact. But how to understand that? How to understand those texts? So once I realized, then I said, no, I have to spend years with my master. There is no other way. But how do you understand? So those revealed principles were classified into different group of text. One group is known as Upanishad. What is the meaning of Upanishad? Two meanings. Sitting near yourself. Sitting near your true nature. And also it means sitting near a teacher to listen to him, to follow the 4 steps to succeed in mindfulness. We have more than 365 texts which are known as Upanishads. They follow a different approach. So this Upanishad follows through the mind. Because we are logical and intelligent people, so we'll understand mind. How the mind causes the suffering, how the mind leads us to anxiety and reaction and different problems, and how to succeed in mindfulness or meditation. First thing. Second part, that how did I understand? So there is a tradition, this Upanishad, those verses are revealed. I have reproduced as it is. I translated into English and then I gave a brief explanation. But those, principles, they existed 10,000 years ago. So what one master did, one master practiced. He followed the path. He became a master. And he wrote a commentary. What each word means. That then the second master, second seeker, who also became a master. So he was assigned a task to cover what is not covered by the first commentator. Now I'm just giving you a brief before you leave. Then comes the third one. The third commentator raised all the objections to be ruled out by the fourth. So how do I understand? I study with my master all the 4 commentators, and then I did the practice. That's why you have a clarity, you have a conviction. Oh, not simply, oh no, you are angry, then, what we say? Hell with you, get out.
Yeah,
Done, I'm done with, We don't understand why this happened in my mind. How to resolve this. Look at the path. So every Upanishad, that group of the text has more or less 4 or 5 commentaries. And every master, every commentator has reached to that stage. That is why he raised those objections to rule out, to purify our mind. So he picked up all the objections which my mind can do. Can raise those. See the clarity. And then comes the practice. So every verse, needs to be carefully understood. The impure and the pure mind. What exactly is the desire? What is the projection of the mind? How the mind causes the anxiety, the reaction, the anger. How the mind doesn't allow you to sleep and you suffer from insomnia. They have not written those words, but it conveys that meaning. It helps you to understand. Sir, then look at the rich tradition. And then, there were a couple of crazy masters. you can say the craziest. They compressed all the principles into different formulas, like chemistry formula. H2O. What is H2O?
Water.
What is H? So that I'm going to explain you in these verses. If you have told me what hydrogen, then I should have asked you what exactly is hydrogen. No, it is an element. How it is different from iron? Iron is also element. No? Look at it. So it rules out all objections. Last thing. When this mind and intellect rules out all the objections, it has a conviction and it has no doubt. Will the mind wander, waver, distract? No. It is nowhere. Nothing to distract. Nowhere. You are a seeker. Then the teacher gives you the only one practice, and you are what? Gary? What happens? Only one practice helps you to reach there. H2O, 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen. Hydrogen is an element. It has an electronic configuration. You see that? 1 electron moves all around. Oxygen needs 2 electrons, so that's why we have H2, 2 atoms of hydrogen. Can you have water with 1 atom of hydrogen or 1 atom of oxygen? No. That is what these principles are. Simple. Simple principles. But can you become an expert in chemistry without studying it? Without understanding it? Without understanding the physical, chemical properties of it? Oh, come on. You know, meditation is nothing but close your eyes, focus on the breath, it is done. No, it is not like that. Now I'll have a couple of questions. We are already 2 hours today? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. No, but still, you know, we can have any question. Ask me.
I have a few hundred.
Do you remember all 100 questions?
No.
Okay. Now go ahead.
This last meditation we were doing, the mind is supposed to be where? Is it, are thoughts coming and going?
Just follow the practice. The first step, being comfortable. So mind is on the awareness and experience of being comfortable. So when you intellectualize, then the mind asks where the mind should be. When you are breathing, the mind is already listening and it is in action. The mind is already there. Why my mind is asking this question? Mind should be there on the breath. Third step, when we are humming, so mind is already there, right? Then we did 3 Om Shanti, 2 Om, 3 Shantoham, 1 Shantoham, then we left everything. If the mind has left everything, it is nowhere. When it is nowhere, it is already on the self. But as long as the intellect is asking the question where it should be, we are not going behind. And it takes time. It's a practice, it's a journey, but a very good question. You go behind, for example, can I give an example? Always the awareness is behind. you may look at Mike, you will always move with love and care. You don't have a conflict. Conflict lives in the mind. Simple. Conflict lives in the mind. Attachment lives in the mind. Can you live there? Master says yes. How long? 24/7. Any more question? Then I make a state. 24/7 means what? Then you know your body is sleeping, you are awake. Come on. You know your body is sleeping. Why? Meditative state is different from sleeping, dreaming, and waking state. You simply know it. Mind knows it? No. Intellect knows it? No. Who knows? Yourself. In material world we say keep the goal high. If you want to earn $1 million, keep the goal to 10 million. Right? Same thing applies in meditation. Keep the goal high. I worked at least for 11 years continuously. Why the hell my master remained awake all the time? So I used to massage his feet, and that's how we learn traditionally. Massaging his feet, and he started snoring. I got up and I sat, folded my hand, and the moment I closed my eyes and I folded, and he was awake, and he said, "What?" And I tried 25 times, and every time he woke up. And he told me, is it not enough? Is it not enough? Do you know that the master never sleeps? And then I said, no, I have to work on this thing. Work on this thing in my life, in my life, in my life. Day and night, day and night, day and night. No, I will not sleep. I followed even the path of torture and other stuff, like, what we say, the Thanatos. No, I said, no, let me not sleep. But gradually you understand what exactly it is, how you separate yourself from the body, mind, and that state of sleep. It's a journey. Keep that goal high. And when you are not a waker, you are not a sleeper, you are not a dreamer, you are not a body. Do you have any conflict with anyone? First you are body, Lois, and then you are a husband. But if you are not a body, where the husband is? That I'll take up tomorrow. It will be too much, to digest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Lara, teach me what we do. We bow down. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, you guys. Yes. Okay. Oh, this. We're done.